A change has happened to the world, and it wasn't something ordinary like shifting of the tectonic plates or volcanic eruption. It was monsters. Suddenly, they started coming to the world and they took humanity to the brink of extinction. And all this monster came from this tower, a mysterious land that gave those monsters power and authority. People started calling this tower the Devil's Tower or God's Tower. And the reason for that was whoever climbed the tower to the end will have power, wealth, and honor. Climb the tower and we will satisfy all your desire. Fight through the challenge we have for you. The massive long tower had 999 floors, and the beings that commanded that place was demons and gods. Government all over the world tried to stop people from approaching the tower. However, the tower had a strict rule. Nobody should stop people from challenging the tower. And whoever tried to stop humanity from challenging the tower was annihilated. And just like that, 5 years has passed after the tower came to be. And today, our MC will be trying to clear the 600th floor. His name is Cha Jinyuk. All of a sudden, when he was fighting the monster, he was stopped. He screams, "How dare you stop me, Nine Star?" Nine Star is a group of people just like our MC that cleared the other floors and gained powers and abilities. And they are here right now to stop our MC. But our MC is not going down without a fight. He will use all of his powers to fight the Nine Star. He masters all of his strength and says, "Awake." And from the ground, death starts awaken. Our MC is known as the greatest necromancer. Cha Jin-yuk says, "All I need to be strong is to summon beasts and become the greatest." Nine Stars goes around saying, "I knew it. He betrayed humanity and sided with the devil." They go around and say, "I guess we have no choice. Defeat the traitor, Cha Jinyuk." All the members of Nine Star starts attacking our MC's creatures and defeating our MC. Even though Cha Jinyuk is very strong by himself, he is not strong enough to take on the whole team of the Nine Stars. And he gets destroyed and defeated by them. However, this was the story that was told by Nine Star to the world, that he betrayed humanity, sided with the devil. But that is not exactly true. All of a sudden, we encounter someone waking up. He screams, "I will return a Nine Star." And he's also surprised that it worked. His trump card, Soul Transmission. The way this spell works, at the moment of his death, he can send his soul to a body that suits him. He analyzes the body and says, "This is very similar to the body that I used to have." He says to himself, "I could have been fine to clear the 600th floor by myself, but they offered to help and then betrayed me." Cha Jin-yuk asks the Nine Stars why they betrayed him. They respond back saying, "Don't take things too personally. It's not like we have bad feelings towards you. It's just I guess you can call it pulling out weeds. Cha Jin-wook screams a name, Chu Ganjuk, and asks them, is he with you as well? The person our MC was asking about was his friend. They respond to him saying that he decided not to participate in cleaning the 600th floor. Cha Jin-wook asks them, oh, the reason you didn't tell him your true motives is because you know he could help me. And then when he starts losing his consciousness, he uses his spell to send his soul to another body. And then he says, I will return stronger, and I will have my revenge. He goes around saying, I will train, I will get strong, and I will defeat all of you, and I will make sure I make you my summons so you and your friends will never be able to reincarnate. And at that moment, his phone rings and says, good morning. He gets surprised and has no idea how to use a smartphone. But when he looks at the phone, he sees that it's year 2023. It has been 10 years that he died. But for him, it was mere moments. Then he remembers, can I still use magic in this body? Can I still use my skills? He kills a fly that was flying around in his room and says, awake. And nothing happens. So he tries over and over again, and nothing happens over and over again. Then he says that there isn't a single drop of mana in this body. He opens the window and thinks, does this mean that I have to start everything all over again? But then he remembers, if 10 years has passed, how far did humanity has been able to go up? How many floors did they clear in 10 years? He searches in his phone and finds that humanity is on 800th floor. He goes around saying in 10 years they were only able to clear 200 floors. But then he thinks to himself, no, this is not a bad thing, this is a good thing. This will give me time to catch up to them, and I can then take my revenge on everyone. He takes his jacket and gets ready to go to the tower. With the killer intent says, just wait, 9-star. I will make sure I get my revenge. He gets to the tower and he's waiting for the door to open, but he is not the only one. There are other people there as well. One of them says, if I can clear the tower, I will be rich too. And the other one that's next to him says, you will die in the first floor. Our MC says, this place that everyone has gathered is where they start their climb on the tower. And the name Cha Jin-wook, I will make sure everyone is aware of me. And then 1 p.m. the door opens and everyone starts running right into the tower. Cha Jin-wook just looks and says, this is the start of my revenge. One by one, everyone walks into the tower. And after everyone is done going into the tower, the door shuts. A system goes online and says, welcome, climber. Our MC says to himself, it's been 15 years that I have came to the tutorial area. He goes around saying this is not a tutorial. There is no other place in the tower that is as difficult as this place. He says the path is full of traps, could require a few days of running to reach the end. Everyone said that out of the 10 floors, this place was the most ridiculous. The system says to our climber, to our MC, that reach the destination by getting past all of the traps. All damage is recovered when you reach either the destination or the starting point. Good luck! Cha Jin-yuk goes around thinking, okay, let's check the status of this body. And when he opened, everything was level 1. Strength level 1, HP level 1, agility, intelligence, mana, everything level 1. Traits, on the other hand, he has gluttony, and 1 is in question marks. He also has something called mana type. He thinks to himself that these aren't the traits and stats that I had before. And then he realizes the soul that goes to a new body, he gets the stats of that body, and he does not keep any of his previous stats. He goes around saying that during this tutorial, I will try to get as much done as possible. Cha Jin-yuk starts running towards the tutorial. The system says you have left the starting point. The trial has started. A magic arrow trap has been triggered. Because Cha Jin-yuk did this before in his previous life, he knows exactly how to avoid the arrows. He goes around saying that the moment the arrows are released, you can see them, and at that point you can easily dodge them. At that very moment, more arrows lights up right at his back. He goes around saying, "Isn't this a little too much for a welcome?" He starts accelerating and evades all of the arrows. But then he sees more arrows in the front, and bam, he gets hit by all of them. But he is determined not to give up. He wants to keep going. He sees even more arrows coming at his way, and every single one of them hits him. He gets up, even with all of these arrows sticking right from him, and keeps on running. But he wasn't running to the end of the tutorial. He ran back to the beginning of the tutorial. And the minute he reached the starting line of the tutorial, he was fully recovered. And this is his master plan. He wants to stay in the tutorial and use his ability called gluttony. What gluttony does is it makes you devour a non-living thing and make all of it yours. All the damage he was dealt by the arrows and all the blood he lost, that can be recovered by him by using gluttony. And that gives him experience. A window opens up and tells him you have been rewarded all stats +1 tolerance XP. He got 1 for blood loss, penetration, pain, and continuousness. So Cha Jin-yuk goes around doing this over and over again so he can raise his tolerance experience. A month has passed by that he was inside the tutorial, and he finally decides to come to the end of the tutorial. The system tells him, "Congratulations, you have cleared the tutorial." He says that it took him a long time because he was going back and forth to get his level maxed out. All of a sudden, a window pops up saying several gods and demons has taken an interest in your method. Cha Jinyu goes around saying, "You're here this time too? You sadistic demons and gods." Some of the gods gets angry at him and gets annoyed because how he reacted to them. Some of the demons are amused by his provocation towards them. And there is one demon that starts smiling at him. Cha Jinyu immediately knows who this demon is. He screams, "Baal, you again, you stalker." He goes around saying, "This is the peak of all evil. In my previous life, he was the demon who stuck to me like glue in order to make me his disciple. How did he knew this is me? Did he recognize me?" But then he smiles because this was the demon that gave him soul transmission, the spell that let him transfer his soul to another body when he was in the brink of death. He goes around saying thank you to Baal for giving him soul transmission because that helped him. All of the gods and demons immediately gets interested in him. He screams to Baal and says, "They are attracted to me because of you, because of what you did." Baal immediately starts apologizing to our MC. All the other gods and demons starts questioning about Baal's relationship to our MC. Our MC starts screaming at them saying, "Shut up, you are all so annoying." He goes around saying that, "Who do you think that I will go under? If you want to absorb in secret, then shut up and watch." Our MC goes around saying, "Even if I choose someone, you are definitely a no. Stop dreaming, Baal." Now, just to clear up some things, a climber, when they start climbing the tower, if they are good enough, they can go under a demon or a god. And this is what's happening to our MC. Because he did so well and the way he's doing things, he attracted the interest of many demons and gods. And they all want him as basically as their disciple. He then goes around saying to himself, "I just passed the tutorial. Let's look at the tutorial stage rewards, shall we?" He uses his gluttony to absorb the bloods that he spilled and gets all of his levels to maximum. All of his stats goes up. HP goes up by 9, strength 7, agility 9, intelligence 6, mana 10. He goes around saying that that is very good and says that it's really hard to gain mana in this level because it's tutorial. But because I'm a mana type, I was able to increase my mana even though it's something that doesn't usually increase. The system goes on and says, "Due to your growth progression, a treat has been unlocked." He remembers when he first saw his stats, there was a stat on the treat section just behind gluttony in question marks. The system says the treat that unlocked is called All Rounder. MC immediately gets confused and says, "All Rounder, what is this?" The system then explains to our MC that a talent that allows you to be good at everything, no matter the technique. A proficiency adjustment is applied during training. During combat, there is an additional adjustment in proportions to your proficiency. He gets excited and says this is amazing. With this, it might be possible for me to become an all-master. Baal then jumps in and says he is very curious about our MC status window. And Cha Jinyu gets very surprised about this. And with that, we come to the end of the video. If you watched until now, thank you so much for this. If you can leave a like and subscribe to my channel, that would be extremely helpful. And if you can share and comment, that helps me a lot, letting me know what you think about this series. If you want me to improve of anything, or if you want me to read another series as well, because I am looking for other mangas and manhwas to add on my reading collection. With that said, I will see you guys and girls on the next one. Peace.